Center, and we've got an amazing post-show for you. We moved down here to talk to a lot of the game developers. We'll be joined by Conan and Aaron, of course, in a few minutes, and Hideo Kojima will be with me live. He's got some more questions to answer about DS now that it has been officially availed at the PlayStation Press Conference. But right now, we're going to talk about one of the big announcements here tonight, God of War, and Cory Barlog is here with us. Cory, we saw you playing at the beginning, and Bear McCreary, you orchestrated something incredible with a live orchestra to open the show. What an amazing opening for an E3 press conference.
Thank you.
That was, so tell me, that music we heard, was that the theme of the new God of War, or what were we
You want
hearing?
to take this one, Cory?
Yeah.
Well, you take it, sir.
It is the new theme for God of War. What you've heard is the theme for the new generation of this franchise, and the people here in this room were the first people in the world to hear it.
Wow, well, it sounded incredible. Let's talk, Cory, about this game. God of War, we know you obviously worked on previous God of War titles, went away for a while, came back. It is just called God of War, I guess, so it is kind of a rebirth of the franchise. Lots of rumors about, how Kratos was going to be involved, what mythology it would be tied to. What can you tell us now about this game?
The main thing we're doing is we are reimagining the gameplay, kind of tearing it down, rebuilding it from scratch, and continuing the storyline. So we are carrying the whole sort of mythology that we've created with God of War and bringing it into Norse mythology and kind of reimagining all of the gameplay.
Okay, so what mythology will we see?
Norse mythology.
Norse mythology. Okay,
Yes.
so that's confirmed. It'll be Norse mythology.
Confirmed.
We saw Kratos in there, so what will we play as Kratos for some part of the game?
Yep,
Okay.
for the whole game.
The entire game. All right, I didn't know some of the characters. So how does this fit into sort of the overall fiction of God of War? Where is this story set?
It's a continuation many years past God of War 3.
Okay. Now, you mentioned gameplay. I saw it seems like the camera now is not as sort of fixed position, locked. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We wanted a much more intimate experience, a much more up close, and a much more player-controlled experience.
Right.
So the camera really is a mechanic that we're leaning into heavily for everything in the game.
Okay. Now, obviously, God of War is known for incredible weapons and powers. Tell us about the reimagining of the gameplay and the combat. What can we expect in terms of how it's going to feel on the sticks?
I think you could expect the same sort of pick-up-and-play accessibility that we've had in all the previous games, but the new perspective gives you an entirely new take on this game. It is absolutely head over heels. Like, it's totally different.
And how open is the world in which we're playing?
Open, but not an open world.
Okay.
It's a big game.
So it is an open, you effectively say it's an open world God of War, is it fair to say?
No, it's not fair to say that. No.
I never know how crazed you guys are getting there in Santa Monica, but you've obviously been working on this for a long time. So tell us about some of the gods or the characters we're going to meet along the way.
More to come on that one.
Okay.
Everything that we're showing in the demo today is all we're going to be talking about there.
Okay, well, it looks very cool. Bear, tell us about getting involved in the project. How did you get aligned with this?
I've been involved with this project for at least a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going on 2 years. I got a call a long time ago. You guys were really early on.
Yeah.
And I think we were just talking about doing some experiments with folk music, Nordic music. The idea was to do something very, ironically, very small and intimate.
Yeah.
I think just to see if it would work within the broader context of a God of War game. Once that experiment was done, it was like, okay, but now let's do something big again. But I think it was important to try that because you have this relationship at the heart of this game that's new to the franchise, and I think the score, Cory and everybody at Santa Monica Studio and Sony understood that the score needed to have a wide emotional range. We needed to be able to be big, but we needed to have a theme that could also be very intimate, and that took a lot of time to figure that out.
Will the story link back to sort of, God of War 3 and what was happening and sort of, Kratos and his journey? Are we going to understand how this all comes together?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, tell us about Sony Santa Monica, that studio. You guys have really, built a new team up to sort of, make this game. You've been working in secret for a number of years on it. Where are you at in development? When is this game coming out?
Soon.
Okay.
But not
This year, next year?
No, I can't really say.
Okay.
But it's definitely not right now.
So not this year?
Not this year.
Okay, further out. But obviously it's a great first look at it. And tell me, when you're kind of rebuilding the pillars of God of War, we know obviously action combat puzzles are a big part of it. Is it going to be the same combination of sort of some puzzle solving, some action moments, great story? What else will we see in the gameplay?
I think that sums it up. I mean, we've always had that concept of going on the true adventure, right? So that mix of the cerebral engagement, the action, the combat, the exploration, sort of exploring the larger world that is Norse mythology,
right?
And kind of a much more close and personal narrative.
Right.
So much so that, I mean, if you watch the demo, there isn't a single camera cut in the entire demo. It's all from one single camera perspective, seamlessly blending through the whole experience.
What about the QuickTime events that we knew from the old games? The button presses?
Probably not
like
in the way that we had them in the previous games, but we definitely want to get it up close to the action.
Yeah, no, I mean, what you guys showed visually is absolutely incredible. We can't wait to see where you guys go with God of War. And we will find out more, I guess. So anything more you want to tell us about the story before we leave?
No.
No? Okay. Let the demo speak for itself?
It will. I mean, the demo speaks for itself, and we're excited to talk about a lot more very soon.
That was a big open, a big unveil for the new God of War opening the press conference. Thank you, guys. Cory, we can't wait to see more on it. Bear, thank you so much for your incredible music. We got so much more